I'd like to start on our back. So if you have a strap, that might be helpful to use, but if you don't have a strap, anything that you can do to wrap around a leg or a foot would be really helpful. And then we're going to begin just coming right onto the back. Let the feet be a little wider than hip distance apart, and let the knees just fall into one another. Hands can just rest gently on the belly. And in this position, feel that your spine is fully supported by the earth. So with the knees bent, take some pressure there off the lower back. And we can really begin to allow the spine to settle in. So relax the body. And begin to feel the breath, inhaling, exhaling. No need to rush or change the breath in any way. Just observe it as it is right now. And then see if you can feel the belly expanding and contracting, keeping it more of a diaphragmatic breath. Through time and research, they really realize this breath helps the nervous system to calm down. It's almost like a cue for the mind to relax. So keep the chest relatively soft and just feel the rise and fall of the abdomen. Now, while you do that, try to make that a smooth breath, eliminating any inconsistencies. And just take a few more here, just breathing into the belly. Now bring your hands onto your rib cage, and we're actually going to open the hand up. Take the thumb underneath the rib cage and let the other fingers wrap around. So we have the elbows out wide, some space there. And as you inhale, breathe into the belly. And now feel the rib cage expanding into the hands. And then exhale, navel draws back to spine as it did before. And now feel the rib cage draw closer together. Again, inhaling into the belly. And as you breathe up into the rib cage, feel it really widen and stretch into the hands. And then exhale, belly first. And then the rib cage will soften. So a few rounds of this two-part breath, making this transition between the two parts as smooth as possible. Notice that at the beginning of the exhalation, the rib cage stays in an extended state, and it's just the abdomen that falls back to the spine. Feel how those little muscles between the rib bones extend with the breath, creating more room and space in an area that is sometimes tight or feeling closed off. And just one more like this, two-part breath. And now extend your arms out wide so that your palms are facing up. And feel that stretch out through the fingertips, so that really spreading across the chest, down through the arms, through the hands. And now we'll breathe into the belly just as we did before. Rib cage is going to extend out wide as we felt a moment ago. And then the last part of the breath gets into the chest, but not just the chest. Can you feel it reaching down through the arms all the way to the hands, fingertips? And then on the exhalation, belly falls back to the spine, rib cage comes closer together, and the chest softens. Even the fingers can curl slightly. And again, we'll inhale, belly swells, rib cage widens as we felt a moment ago, now into the chest, and now reach extra long with the arms, with the fingertips, and then exhale and feel the belly draw back, feel the rib cage draw closer together, and let the chest soften. Good, keep going with your own breath, please. So not only do we want to feel that breath in the chest at the front of the heart, but also in the back of the heart. And when we stretch through the arms, can you actually feel breath reaching into the space between the shoulder blades? Good, just 2 more like that, please. Last one. Very nice. And then once again, return your hands to your abdomen and just feel that easy breathing, easy inhale, easy exhale, just in the belly, relaxing all effort. Good, staying in this position with the legs, just bring your hands together in front of your heart. Let your thumbs touch your sternum, draw your head to your hand, so chin is in towards the chest. We'll set the intention for the practice today to be the embodiment of healing, bringing in the quality of soma, nourishment, that which heals. So we're going to be working with a chant today, which is Om Somaya Namaha. And just bringing that more of that soma into our own bodies and minds. And if there's anything in your life right now that's asking for a little healing, whether it's just physical ailments or stress, mental or emotional challenges, patterns that are disturbing, use this chant and involve yourself with the vibration of it so that it fills each and every cell and begins to resonate with the quality of nourishment and healing. So if you have something specific in mind that you want to work on, please bring that into your intention now. Otherwise, just set the intention for general healing. Good, and then place this in your heart, surround it with unconditional love. And then just gently release. So we're going to walk the feet in just a little bit since they were wider than the hips, just 2 hip distance apart. Bring your arms down by your side and see if you can lightly touch your heels. Just kind of grab onto them. And then bring the arms down by your side for a moment. On your inhale, we're going to slowly press into the feet, roll up through the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. And then exhale and slowly roll down. And when we get to the bottom, we're going to bring the knees into the chest. Good. Again, bring the feet flat, arms by your side, press into the feet, inhale, roll up. Exhale, 1 vertebrae at a time. Take your time to roll down. When you get to the bottom, it's during that pause there, that slowing down of the exhale, you're going to bring your knees into your chest. Okay, so just a little bit of dynamic. Bridge and Apanasana. Inhaling. Exhale, come down. Bring the knees into the chest. Give a little squeeze there. Feel the digestive organs. Feet down. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Squeeze those knees in. Good. Let's bring in that chant. So inhale, feet flat, roll up. Chant as we go down, bringing the knees in. Om Somaya Namaha. Feet flat, arms down. Inhale, rise up. And coming back to Apanasana. Om Somaya Namaha. Good. One more. Om Somaya Namaha. Good. Now keep your knees into your chest. Just rock a little bit from side to side on the spine. A little massage there for the lower back. Notice if there's any tension there. And then hug your right knee in and extend your left leg long to the floor. Drawing that knee in as close as you can. Feel some compression for the right thigh. Notice the stretch there for the hip, specifically the hip flexors. One more full breath here. And then switch sides. Bring your left knee in and extend your right leg long to the floor. Again, that supporting leg stays firm as you draw the left knee in, feeling some compression there for the top of the thigh. Breathe deeply. Good, and then both knees back into the chest, hands on top of the knees. Inhale the knees away from you just to arm's distance, and now take a big circle out to the side and bring the knees back towards the chest. So again, they come back to the center line, and then you're going to push the knees away again, widen them, and draw them back into your chest. Good. Inhale, push away. Exhale, widen, drawing into the chest. So it's almost like you're creating butterfly wings. Inhale. Exhale. Just a little rotation there for the hips. And then we're going to reverse that. So once the knees are into the chest, you're going to widen out into a circle, bring them away from you, and now they come down the center line back towards the chest. Again, inhale now out and away, and exhale down in towards the chest. And now we're just rotating in the other direction, creating some lubrication there for the joint. Breathe into it. Remember that vibration of soma, healing, nourishment. Good, and then hug both knees into the chest again. And if you have that strap nearby, you can grab it, or if you don't have a strap, you can certainly modify. So we're going to put the strap around the right foot and extend it straight up in the air. Keep the left foot flat, knee bent. And if you don't have a strap, just hold on to the back of your thigh. Flex your right foot, lift through the inner arch. So you really want to pull the outside of the foot down, lift through the heel, breathe here. And just let the body acclimate to that stretch. Same breath as we were doing before, belly, ribs, chest, exhaling, belly, ribs, chest. And then start to make small circles with the leg. And take your time with this. You don't have to make really big circles to start. Just really listen to what's going on in the hip. Use the other foot on the floor as an anchor point to help support you. And then if you want to take that leg a little wider, you can start to make bigger circles as long as it feels comfortable for the hip. Good, and then come back to center. Hold the strap as close to the foot as you can. And now take the foot out to the side. And then with that left foot on the ground, anchor your left hip bone down as much as you can. And breathe here. You can place the left hand on top of the ASIS, that bony protrusion, to help with the anchoring. Breathe deeply here. Good. One more breath. And then bring that leg back to the center. Release the strap, but put the foot on top of the left knee. You'll see that triangle between the legs. Take the right hand through the triangle, left hand around, interlace the fingers behind the back of the thigh, and now pull the knee into your chest. Flex your right foot, press the right knee open. Breathe into this slightly different hip stretch. Good. Straighten your left leg, keeping the other foot where it is. Now that sole of the foot faces the ceiling, and take some ankle circles there. Just that one foot, rotating the ankle, lubricating that joint. And we just have one more here. We're going to bring that foot back down to the floor. The right foot stays where it is on top of the knee, and now guide the knee over to the right so that we feel a stretch along the outside of the left hip. And the arms can open up wide, and just put a little pressure down from that top foot, and you'll feel the stretch along the outer leg. Two more breaths here. Stay relaxed in the upper body. Nice. And then come back to center, and we'll do the other side. So right foot flat, knee bent. If you have the strap, wrap it around your left foot, extending that foot up to the ceiling. So really lifting through the inner arch, pulling the outside of the left foot down. If you don't have a strap, remember you can always just hold on to the back of the leg. And then when you give a little bit more of a tug to the strap, feeling it come a little closer to the forehead, release any tension that you're experiencing there. Just exhale. And we'll make small little circles, starting to warm up that joint. And then as the body gives you permission, you can make those circles a little wider. And just really listen to the leg. And one more big circle. And then hold the strap as close to the left foot as you can. Take that foot out to the side. The right knee bent, that foot flat. We've got an anchoring point there. And try your best to keep the right hip grounded. Breathe here. Full, complete diaphragmatic breaths. Very nice. One more, please. Just letting that inner groin, inner thigh open up. And then come back to center, and you're going to release that strap. Take the foot on top of your right knee. And again, look for the triangle. Left hand through the triangle, right hand comes around. And just interlace behind the back of the thigh. Flex the left foot. Breathe here. Long inhales, long exhales, resonating with the vibration of Soma. And you might notice that one hip is tighter than the other. Just take in that information. Later on, you can be more tender with that area. Breathe into it a little bit more if it needs it. Now straightening the right leg, sole of that foot faces the ceiling. Start to make small ankle circles. So working that joint at the same time, getting both of these joints some love and attention. Good, and then bring that right foot down to the floor. Still that foot's flat, knee bent. The left foot stays where it is on top of the knee, but you're gonna guide the knee over now to the left side and open up the outside of the right hip. You can open the arms into a T and just breathe here. Notice where you're feeling the stretch. Send some of your attention there. So if any of you have been out and about, maybe doing some yard work or gardening, with the weather being so nice, it's very easy to get tight in the hips, bending over from the upper body. We're just using the legs quite a bit. So it's a really good opportunity to release some of that tension. And then come back to center. And one more time, just hug your knees into your chest. Good, hands on top of the knees. We're gonna roll all the way up into a seated position and then just come into tabletop. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, tops of the feet press firmly into the floor. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the sit bones, look up. And now exhale, lift the sit bones up and away for downward facing dog. So feet are going to be about hip distance apart. Bend one knee and press the other heel down. Ground through that heel, lift up through the hip. Feel the elongation of the back of the leg. Breathe. And then switch. Bend the other knee, press the other heel down. Again, notice where there might be some sensation. Good. And then find the feet about hip distance apart. Come onto the balls of the feet for just a moment. Bend your knees and lift your hips as high as you can. And really elongate the spine. Roll the shoulder heads away from the ears. Hug the inner elbows toward one another. Press firmly through the web of the index and thumb. And then when you're ready, slowly start to lower those heels back down. And as you bring them towards the floor, watch that tendency for the upper back to want to round. So that's really giving you an idea of where that stopping point is for you. Remember to keep the upper back nice and open. Breathe deeply here. Each exhalation sends the belly back towards the spine. Full, complete diaphragmatic breaths. Two more. And then bring the knees to the floor. Take the sit bones to the heels. Child's pose, but then round the upper back. So hands toward the heels, coming into embryo. Shoulder heads are going to soften towards the floor. Just feel gravity melting any tension in the upper back. And use some of the warmth from the posture to release. And then bring the arms forward again. Come back up into tabletop position. And tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And then from down dog here, we're going to walk our hands back about 6 inches. Just stop and breathe. Take a moment to feel sensation moving into the back of the legs. Keep lifting the tailbone up. And then walk your hands back another 6. Stop there and breathe. Lift a little higher through the tailbone. Another 6. Another 6. And then just one more. Fingertips lined up with the toes. Little micro bend in the knee if you need to take pressure off your lower back. Just feel that grounding through the feet, through the hands. Head and neck is released. Imagine the head is like a weight, and as it draws down, it creates room in the spine. Keep pulling the belly button towards the back body on exhalation, and let that feel like a deeper sense of letting go. And now from here, we're actually just going to walk our hands back and come into plank position. So hands are going to go under the shoulders so that you have that nice stable base. Pressing into the palms, you want to lift through the back of the heart. Legs are long and firm, so really hugging the front of the thigh to the back of the thigh, and then contract the abdomen towards the back body to the best of your ability. Keep your gaze steady at the floor. Feel some strength coming in, some grounding. One more breath here. And then lift the hips up. We're going to come onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, look at the hands, and now step all the way forward to the fingertips. Standing forward, fold on this side of your mat. And then inhale, press into the feet, rise all the way up to standing. And exhale, bring the hands down the center line to the heart. So some joint work here for the shoulders. We're just going to make big, full circles. Going in one direction to start. Press equally into both feet. Absorb the tailbone and lift the lower belly so you have stability in the core. And really just the arms are moving. And it's always surprising to me how much heat can come out of the body from just the simple movement. We store so much prana in the shoulders when they're tight. And then go in the other direction. So let movement, motivation take the arms and rotate them around. And then now we're going to swing the arms back and forth. And just feel the release of the tops of the shoulders here. And then as we do that, we can change it a little bit for the upper back, which is to bend the elbows and hug them in, each alternate one. So swing the arms, bend the elbows, swing the arms, bend the elbows. And you make little fists with your hands as you do this. This helps to really open the chest and upper back. And then for a moment, just let the arms swing down to the side and just settle. It's always important to feel the effects of what you're doing. So just notice, does it feel like there's more prana moving through the arms? Okay, then we want to widen the feet just a little bit, not too much, just a little bit wider than hip distance apart. And we're going to do that swinging from side to side with the arms, rotating through the waist, but I want you to come onto the ball of the foot, opposite foot of the direction you're moving. So as you're rotating, just keep lifting that heel and ankle so as to not put any unnecessary stress on the knee. And at first, just let those arms kind of just hang and swing. Head follows the same direction as the torso. Always interesting for me to see where in the spine there's tension being held. So do you feel it in the lower back, middle, or upper back? These rotations will really expose that for you. And then if you feel really comfortable, start to keep the head forward, but let the body continue to rotate. So instead of letting the head move in the same direction as the torso, now it's just the torso moving, head stays steady. And this isolates the twist a little bit more. And once again, just let everything kind of settle down. And notice prana moving through the body. Again, that soma, that nectar, that healing force. Okay, so we'll be at the front of our mats. Big toes touching, space between the heels, hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold navel to spine. Now, in this case, we're going to step the left leg back first. Flip your mat over if you need extra padding and lower the knee down. Fingers in a finger stand, you're going to lean into your front knee. Feel that nice stretch along the calf, top of the thigh, and then exhale. Sit back on the heel, flex your right toes, and stretch into the back of the hamstring. Do that again. Inhale, lean forward, fingers in a finger stand. Heart comes through. Exhale, sink back, flexing the right foot, pull the right hip in. Good. We got 3 more like that. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Surrender. Inhale forward. Notice with each round a little more flexibility. Exhale back. Last one. Now this time as you inhale forward, we'll walk the hands forward, but then bring the arms up over the head. And now take the right hand down to the thigh and inhale the left arm as long as you can. And then bring that elbow over and set it on top of the thigh. Make a fist with your bottom hand, cup with the top. Now, instead of feeling stressed or strained here, I want you to feel comfortable. So on your inhale, push down through your bottom forearm. Lift your chest up higher so that you can get a full breath in. And then find that the breath moves you deeper into the pose. Don't force the twist to deepen. Just inhale fully. Feel a sense of relaxation, yet strength. And then see if that twists you just a little deeper. Again, inhale fully. You might unwind a little bit to fill both lungs. Exhale, just take that belly back. Feel a sense of surrender and a deepening of the twist. Good. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. And we're keeping that back knee on the floor today so that we can really isolate the work with the breath. Good. One more here. Now we're going to just gently unwind fingertips to the floor for a moment. Stabilize there. Tuck your back toes under. Release the flipped mat and step forward into standing forward fold. And now just surrender over the legs. Again, your hands can just rest on the floor in alignment with the fingertips. Micro bend the knee if you need to, but notice if there's a difference between your right leg and your left. Good, and then we're just gonna step the right leg back. Do the same sequence on the other side. So if you need extra padding, flip your mat over, lower the knee down. Inhale, the fingers in a finger stand to start. Lean into that front leg. And then exhale, walk back. Sitting on that back heel, flex your left foot, stretch into the hamstring. Good, inhale, come forward. Let the breath move you. Exhale, go back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And you just have 2 more like this at your own pace, please. Now we're going to come forward again. This time, walk into the lunge and then just reach the arms up and over the head for that higher lunge position, still back knees on the floor. So left hand to the thigh. Inhale the right arm long. And now we're going to use that space along the side body to come into the twist. Elbow on top of the thigh, fist with the bottom, hand cup with the top. Again, inhale, push into the elbows. Get some space there with the chest so you get full breath in. And then exhale and see if you can deepen the twist, more so by surrendering and letting go. Inhale. Full breath in. Exhale, pull the abdomen towards the back body. Twist a little deeper. A few more breaths. In your mind, think of wringing out the digestive area of any congestion. In the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, they use this great term, and it's any food taken in indiscriminately. I like that description. Last one. And then unwind back up into a tall position, and I just feel what's happening there in the belly, maybe some warmth. Release your mat, tucking the back toes under, step the back foot forward. Standing forward fold, and now just feel this leg. Does it feel the same? Maybe a little different than the other side? The body feel a little more balanced? Good, and then inhale, arms reach out wide. Lift and rise as you come all the way up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Weight's going to go into your left foot, and then you're going to take your right foot to mid-thigh, flex the right foot. So this is similar to what we started with, some of that stretching there. Hands in the heart center, bend into chair. So it's just like you're about to sit back into a chair. Glutes go behind you, weights in the heels, toes can lift freely. And you're keeping the right foot flexed here so that we're getting into that hip rotator. You can imagine that there's a weight attached to your right knee, just sinking down, opening that up. As you go down further, make sure the heart stays open, navel stays in. Breathe here. Good, and then slowly come up to standing. So we're going to switch sides. Weight into the right foot. Take your left foot to mid-thigh. Hands to prayer again at the heart. Begin to sink down into chair. And again, you might still feel there's a difference between one side versus the other, so just be mindful in the hips here. Keep flexing your left foot to protect the knee. Imagine that weight attached to the outside of the knee, just opening that hip just a little bit more. And challenge your stretch. Go deeper into the hips without collapsing the heart. Mindful breathing. Smooth belly in and out. Good, and then slowly come back and stand. Samastiti, mountain pose. Just walk your feet in so your big toes are touching, and have your heels pretty close together. A little micro space is fine. Bend into both knees and place your hands on your knees. And now do some knee circles. So rotating the knees in one direction. And then rotate the knees in the other direction. Good. So heel to arch alignment. We're going to move in and out of triangle dynamically. Inhale, arms long. Exhale, reach over that front leg. And then inhale, press into the feet and come up. Okay, so we're just moving in and out here. Exhale, reach over that front leg, get as long as you can. And inhale, come back up. Each time you go through it, 3 more. You might find a little more space in the hip. Good. 2 more, please. And this last one, we're going to reach as far as we can. And then wherever your hand lands, shin, ankle, foot, floor, that's where you're meant to be. Lift the left arm up in the air. Feel the navel hug towards the back body, rotating it deeper to the left. And try to get the arms in alignment with one another. Now we're going to bring back in that chant, but we're going to do it here with an extended triangle. So on the inhale, take your top arm over your head. As you exhale, we're going to bend the elbow and rotate the navel deeper to the left. Straighten the arm and repeat it again. Inhale, arm over the head. Now bringing in the chant as we bend the elbow. Om Somaya Namaha. Straighten the arm. Inhale it over the head. Om Somaya Namaha. Straighten the arm. Inhale it over the head. Again. Om Somaya Namaha. One more. Om Somaya Namaha. Inhale the arm up, press into the feet, come back up into standing, turn the toes in and bring your hands to your hips. Settle for just a moment and feel that prana. Take it in. How often do we really allow ourselves to fully feel? And now we're going to do a little bit of movement for the waist. That's, again, some of these joint exercises. So if you need to heel toe your feet in just a little bit for more stability, please do so. Hands are going to be on the hips. We're going to go to the left first, and we're going to rotate our chest down over our legs and make a big circle, like we're drawing a big circle with the crown of our head, and come all the way up. So just be mindful. Don't get dizzy as you do this. Take your time. Navel hugs in. Full circle. All the way around. It's very good for reducing vata. Take your time. Navel in. Inhale as you rise up. 2 more. Last one. And come back to center. Take a moment to feel and prepare for triangle. So inhale the arms long. Exhale, we're going to reach over that front leg again. So we're getting that outside of the hip, a nice stretch. Inhale, press into the feet to come up. Again, exhale, reach. Inhale, come up. 3 more with your breath, please. Each time finding just a little more flexibility, a little more room. Last one. And this time as you go down, go as far as you can, and then hand to shin, ankle, foot, or floor. Reach the right arm up and over the head. Straight up and arms in alignment with one another. Good. Breathing here. Really stabilize through the legs, pushing the ball of the front foot outside edge of the back foot. Navel hugs in and rotates deeper to the right. And then we're going to bring back in that chant and do that little arm movement here. So it's an inhale as the top arm goes over the head into extended triangle. And then it's an exhale as you bend the elbow and use that to rotate the navel deeper to the right. Look up if you can. Then straighten the arm and repeat the movement. Inhale over the head. Bring in the chant. Om Somaya Namaha. Om Somaya Namaha. Om Somaya Namaha. Om Somaya Namaha. Lift the top arm, anchor into the feet, come up. Turn the toes in, hands to hips, and just feel. Take a moment, let it settle. Experience prana moving through the body. Cleaning those rivers, fresh water, fresh energy, fresh blood. Okay, if your stance feels a little wide for those waist rotations, heel toe them into just a little bit of a shorter stance. And this time we're going to go to the right first, so hands are on the hips. We're going to circle from the waist. So you're hinging from the waist, rotating around, and come all the way back up. And we're going to do that 4 more times with your breath. Go slow, don't get dizzy. Navel in. Good, one more. And as you come up, just rest. If you'd like, you can close your eyes. Don't lose your balance. Just feel prana. Okay, arms by your side. You're going to heel toe your feet back into the center. Samastiti for a moment. And again, just feel. Okay, so a little bit of a vinyasa before we go down, just having the feet a little wider than hip distance apart, hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. Micro bend your knee as you exhale, forward fold. Turn the toes out, heels in. Inhale, come down into squat. You can bring your hands to your heart and spread your knees wide with your elbows. And then exhale, bring your hands back down, turn your toes back in, forward fold. Inhale, press into the feet, lift and rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to the heart. So that's the vinyasa. Inhale again, arms reach. Micro bend the knee as you exhale, forward fold, flat back as you come down. Turn the toes out, heels in. Inhale into squat. Exhale, turn the toes back in, standing forward fold. Inhale, lift and rise all the way up, flat back as you come up. And exhale, hands to heart. Okay, we're going to do that with the chant 2 more times, but we're going to have the chant be a little quieter. And remember, you can only chant on exhalation. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Om Somaya Namaha. Toes out, heels in. Inhale to squat. Exhale, forward fold. Om Somaya Namaha. Inhale, lift and rise. To the heart. Om Somaya Namaha. One more. Inhale. Forward fold. Om Somaya Namaha. Toes out, heels in. Inhale, heart. Exhale, forward fold. Om Somaya Namaha. Inhale out wide, reach. To the heart. Om Somaya Namaha. Good. Inhale, reach. Quiet chant as you go down. Om Somaya Namaha. Inhale halfway to monkey pose. Exhale, step back to plank, quiet chant. Om Somaya Namaha. Bring knees to the floor and sit bones to the heels, child's pose. Just rest. Perhaps still hear the vibration in the mind, in the body. And then look between your hands, scoop your nose, chest, chin across the earth, and come onto your tummy. Fingertips lined up with the tops of the shoulders, forehead into the mat. Inhale, just come up halfway, engaging the muscles of the back. Exhale, turn your cheek to one side and come down. Dynamic Cobra. Inhale, come up halfway. Press into the tops of the feet. Exhale, turn your cheek to the opposite side. Good. Inhale, come up. Exhale to the opposite side. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Now inhale, come up. And now mentally repeat the chant as you stay lifted. Now inhale maybe a little higher as you breathe in. And mentally repeat the chant as you stay lifted. Inhale, breathe in. One more mental repetition. And now inhale, lift a little higher and turn your cheek to one side and come down. Let your arms rest by your side for a moment, completely relax into the earth. And turn your cheek to the other side. Good, and then staying on your tummy, we're going to make fists, but we're going to make fists by taking the thumb in and then wrapping the fingers around that. So we're protecting the thumb. And you're going to wiggle those fists underneath your tummy so that you're into that soft part of the abdomen. And you can keep your cheek turned to one side or forehead down if you prefer, and just start to rotate the wrists a little bit and give a little bit of gentle massage, abdominal massage here to yourself. And notice, are there areas that feel a little stiff or tight, a little stuck? Really helping to clear out anything that's congested in the digestive area. Remember that vibration of Om Somaya Namaha, bringing in Soma, healing, nourishment. And you can move your fists down a little lower. So say you were in maybe more of the upper area, you can go down a little lower, or vice versa. If you were a little low, go up a little high. And then once again, make some small circles there again. And if you'd like, you can turn your cheek to the opposite side this time. And then when you're done, you can just roll over onto your back, square yourself off to your mat, and bring your knees into your chest, Apanasana. If you want to rock a little bit from side to side on the spine, if that feels good, please do so. And we're going to come into an inversion here. So feet flat, knees bent. If you have a block handy nearby, ideally we're going to want to put that block on its tallest edge. But you're certainly welcome to keep the body flat and just extend the legs straight up in the air. You can also rise up into bridge pose, coming onto the balls of the feet as high as you can, and then slide the block underneath you. So ideally it's on that tall edge, but again, middle edge, flat edge, perfectly fine. The idea is that you want to have that block fully supporting you so that it feels very stable and it takes no effort to hold up your legs. So this modified shoulder stand or modified Viparita Karani Mudra Releasing here through the legs. Any tension, any toxins that have accumulated in the feet, the legs. Sending all that back up towards the digestive area, this healthy fire that we have established today to help process some of that. Purify it from the body. Continue your steady breath. Belly, ribs, chest. Exhaling, belly, ribs, chest. Feel that ease and the peace with which the body is now operating, in contrast perhaps to how you first started the practice. And then when you're ready, just gently bring one foot down and then the other. Shift your block so that you can be in a supported bridge for a moment. Let the arms stay down by the side. Rotate the shoulders underneath you. Feet are flat and balanced. If the tummy's growling, that's a good sign. That's a sign that we've stimulated that part of our nervous system that helps to digest. And then rise onto the balls of your feet. Slide the block out, and one vertebrae at a time. Take your time to slowly bring the spine down into the mat. Navel in as you come down, feet wider than hip distance. Once again, let the knees fall into one another and just place the hands on the belly. And just feel that gentle, easy breath now. Prepare for Shavasana. If you have an eye pillow, it's suggested to place that over the eyes if you're in a lighted room. And you want to tuck your shoulder blades underneath you so that your heart stays open, palms face up. And now as you settle in, just really surrender the body. That same feeling we had at the very beginning of the practice of just giving in to earth. To work with soma, that healing, that nourishment, requires an attitude of receptivity. Being willing to take in, to absorb. And when we are not in that receptivity, and then we feel that closed offness, we feel that rejection. And this practice of soma brings us back into true love. True love is receptive. It's a balance of both giving and receiving, but if we haven't received, then it's very difficult to really know how to give. So feel that receptivity, that receiving in the practice today just increases your capacity for love. So very slowly begin to deepen your breath. And as the breath deepens, just very gently draw your attention back to this time and space. To the nurturing environment where you rest. And begin to move the thumb across the fingertips, move the toes. Start to wake up the body by rolling the wrists and ankles. And then eventually drawing the knees into the chest. And curl onto your right side into fetal. Arm under the head as a pillow. And then pressing the hand deeply into the earth, slowly come back up into seated. Head and neck heavy, eyes closed as you come up. Sit with a tall spine and a relaxed body. And take a few moments once again to return to that smooth and gentle belly breathing. Effortless. Notice how you feel. Make that belly expansion, belly contraction very smooth, very even. And then in the abdomen, as you're breathing, begin to visualize a beautiful lotus flower. See the area of the digestive system being healthy and balanced. Radiant. And then I'd like to bring in the chant of the Mahamrityunjaya mantra and chant it 3 times. This is an ancient mantra that helps with health and healing and vitality. It empowers us to make the choices that support our health and our longevity. So you can just take in the vibrations of it. And ultimately, deep within this mantra is the quality that we've been working with throughout the practice, this rejuvenation, this health, healing, and nourishment. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urdhva Rukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshya Mamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urdhva Rukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshya Mamritat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urdhva Rukamiva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshya Mamritat. We worship the all-seeing one. Fragrant you nourish bounteously. From the fear of death may you cut us free to realize immortality. And just bring your hands back to your heart. Bow your head to your hands and go back to the intention we set, either for specific healing or general healing. And just trust that we received what we could receive today and let the rest go. And then just see yourself here surrounded in rose-colored light, the light of unconditional love. And carry that with you today as you move into your day. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for practice today. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel. And in the description below, you'll see a link to my Patreon account. Please consider donating to keep these great videos coming. It's a real honor to be able to teach them and to share them with you. So also please pass them on to anyone that you think would maybe benefit from doing some yoga. Namaste.